come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear?
G'day, folks. Welcome aboard. Nice to hear you, see you, whatever. I've got, well, today's going to be a rather auspicious, oh, wait a minute. Somebody's there. I wonder who the hell it is. I mean, after all the technical issues and all the other bits and pieces, I wonder who. Okay, I'm coming. If it isn't the hero, Linda, welcome aboard.
Hi. I'm not no
How are
hero,
you?
but hi.
You,
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Now listen. Let me say this to you. Hang on. I've got to do this.
Linda's listening.
Well, you've got to listen, Linda.
Linda, listen, Linda.
Now, I needed to do that because I need you to listen. You served. You spent some time doing, and anybody who serves, no matter what, whether it's military or first responder or whatever, they served. You're a hero, and I want to thank you for it.
Thank you.
Or you could just do what Shania did last week. For those who were there watching, Shania's comment was, to all the Americans, thank you for your tax dollars. And to all the those that were not American, thank you for your kind wishes and so forth. Well, let's just go into the chat very quickly because there's a number of people there. We've got Michael Ann, who's saying g'day to you, Linda, and welcoming you on board.
Hi, Michael Ann.
There's another person here in the chat who I don't know if you know her, but she's a real pain in the rear end. Her name is Denise. Denise. She says she's working, but she's listening. Michael Ann is saying that she's glad that Denise is there, and g'day to Michael Ann. We've got Chris in the background. G'day, everybody. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here, mate. Michael
Hello,
Ann is saying
Chris.
g'day to Chris. Now, for your info, Linda, we're going out on two channels. We're going out on the Down Under Cruises, and we're also going out on the Helping Hands for Cruising channel. So just
I
to
know,
keep
that's why
you up.
I'm going to behave tonight.
Really? Must you?
Yeah.
We've got Scott from Controversial Cruising. Welcome aboard, buddy. Chris is saying g'day to Michael Ann. We've got Trish set sail. G'day, Trish. How you going?
Hi, Trish.
We got Danny Dizzle again, the moderator.
Danny D's in the house. And we got Ron. And we got Zach.
We'll get there
Sorry.
in a minute. Everybody's there. That's
He
really
ain't going to
good
want me
see.
on no more. I'm taking over here. And we got
Oh, you're not as bad as
Liz
Jimmy.
is in the house. We got Carnival Cruise Addicts.
You're not as bad as Jimmy. Let me say, Jimmy actually presses my buttons, literally. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts, how you going? Welcome aboard. Nice to have you. Now, you guys had an absolute blast on your show, let me tell you. I was listening in the background while I was getting this all set up. Scott's doing the g'day to everybody, which is awesome. And then you've got Linda. And then we've got Cruising Complete. Welcome
Lori!
home.
Sorry.
Now, did you by any chance spread the word to your mates?
But no, not at all. They're as
Now,
excited as I am.
of course, everybody's excited because you deserve to be there, and so we're going to just let everybody know. Okay, I'm flicking through chats here as we go through, but let's start the process happening. Linda, you served in the Navy. When did you start? I mean, that picture that's above your head is absolutely amazing. When did you start?
I was 18 years old in that photo. I signed up. No, yeah, I was 18 because I was in boot camp for my 19th birthday. I spent my 18th birthday at MEP Station in Jacksonville. Signing up for the Navy, it was a promise that was made to my brother who passed away when he was 15. But when he was 8 and I was 7, we were here at my grandparents' one summer, and my grandfather, who served in the Coast Guard during World War II, had this. Now he was a hero. He had this scrapbook, and he had these photos of the oh, I forget what the name of the boat is, a destroyer, I think, with the guns on the front of the ship,
Yep.
and it had these huge icicles hanging off of it. And I wanted to see that so bad in real life. I'm one of them people that when I see things in pictures, I can imagine being there, seeing it and stuff, and reading a book the same way. But I want to see it with my own eyes. And
Yep.
my brother and I made a pact that when we graduated high school, we would go in on the buddy system. He would wait a year because he would graduate a year before me, but he
Yep.
never made it to graduation. He died from drugs. So at 15, 2 weeks before my 14th birthday. So anyway, anywho, so I went ahead when I turned 18. I went down to the MEP station. I told my foster parents I wouldn't be home that night, and I went to the MEP station and I signed up. I wanted to be a mess specialist, because I wanted to be a chef.
Yep.
And they told me because of my test scores, they were too high that I wasn't allowed. So they sent me to what they call Operations Specialist School.
Yep.
But then I didn't quite finish Operations Specialist School. So then they sent me to a second A school, which isn't normal for the Navy. Normally, if you don't complete A school, they just send you out like a bosun's mate or something. But they
Yep.
sent me to a second A school, and they sent me for lithography, and I loved it. I've never been one to, when I was younger, I never liked to stay home. I always wanted to be up, moving and doing. The sitting just was like no go. So I was not a girl who wanted to be a secretary. I wanted to be doing something. So running a printing press was, doing something. And I wanted to see the world. And the only way I thought I could do it was to join the Navy. That's my brother. So, and there you go in a nutshell.
Now, by the way, there was a comment that I flicked over and I did earlier on was, let me just see. There we go. Michael Ann says that your fan club has arrived.
I love all of
Um,
them. The cruising community, even though I've never been on a cruise, they've just been so welcoming. And it's in a time in my life when I need people,
yep.
and they're just there with open arms. And I'm gonna stop because I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And
So I've got to tell you one thing. Eyes that leak is okay. Leaky eyes is fine. We had it on a couple of shows, so that's fine. Laurie Barber's here as well.
I'm a Navy girl. I ain't
Someone,
supposed to cry.
yes, you are. Trust me. Even grown men cry. Uh, um,
Yeah, especially if you kick them real hard in the shins. No,
correct. But the shins that are a bit higher, right? Somebody else who's near and dear to my heart is my mother. G'day, Mum. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Happy Labor Day for you today. It's my sister's birthday, so I wish my mother happy Labor Day. Flicking through, we've got Scott that's going Liz, and everybody else.
Oh, I didn't see Scott was here too. Scott! I didn't
Yep,
say that out loud. Sorry.
that's
And
cool.
Barry, I saw Barry fly through too. I haven't seen Barry in a long time other than in the chat. Oh, look,
I want to tell
is
you,
that Will G in the house?
that's Will G, and I want to tell you there are a bucket load of people here who I haven't seen in ages. So you
A lot.
drag out the real dregs.
Well, you know who it is. Let me tell you. Cam Fam,
Yep,
Coker Culture,
yep,
um, Scott, Controversial Cruiser, and Vicky,
yep.
Foodie's Life. Those are the ones that I was in the chat, and they were all like, I told them the news, and Cam Fam was the first one after you broadcast, you said it out loud on the internet, on Jimmy's show, that I was like, oh,
Yep,
I can speak now. I don't have to
absolutely.
hold my peace.
No, you don't. Jess is even awake to watch.
Oh, hi,
That's
Jess. I want some of that sourdough bread, Jess.
you got to leave the US. You got deployment. Where'd you get deployed to?
Uh, Tokyo, Japan. Let's see if I can get my words out right. Blah, 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 blah. A little bit of Bruce Almighty going through my head. Hold on a minute. Blah, 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 blah.
Uh huh.
Pacific Stars and Stripes. I ran a small little printing press called a TK Heidelberg. And I printed, there's a hotel in Japan called the New Sano Hotel, and it's for the military. It's, I forget what they call it, but where the military gets like a really cheap rate for a hotel room. And they've
Yep,
got really nice restaurants and all that in there. Well, anyway, I used to print their TV guide for that.
yep.
So,
That's awesome. I just need to fix Scott up 1 second. She's not the recipient, she's one of 10. So she's actually number 3. And so we've got 3 recipients right now set for that cruise, a 4th one in the making, and we're looking to get another 6 on board. So we're really this is good, folks. You need to get onto this Heroes cruise, September 2028. We haven't got all the facts and figures right for it yet, but we will have it within the next couple of weeks. We're just waiting on NCL.
um, Will G, I'm sorry, cut you off,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Will G, not the Navy Lodge. This one was for all military. Didn't matter if they were Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. What's the other branch I'm missing? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. That's it. Coast Guard is,
Coast.
yeah. And 3 of them are all actually part of the Navy.
Are Marines part of the Navy? No.
Marines are a department of the Navy, and a lot of us, even though I was in the Navy, would say the men's department. And then the Coast Guard, when it's during wartime, is part of the Department of Navy.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Uh huh. G'day, John and Nancy. Guys, it's been bloody ages. Nice to see that you're actually working for a living and not just having fun down in Florida again. Danny is saying she'll see if she can do the meetup. It will be amazing. Can you imagine everybody down there for the meetup to meet up with you and a few other people and so forth? Question. Yep, Heroes Cruise. That's correct. It's the Heroes Cruise is a cruise that we're putting together to honor the military veterans and those that are serving right now, as well as first responders. So we're including fireys, paramedics, and cops.
I wanted to ask a question.
Sure.
When talking about that, when you're talking about the heroes being the first responders, do you consider RNs? Because is that part
Is
of the
the
list
Pope
too, or?
is the Pope a Catholic?
Okay, cool. Because I'd like my companion to be an RN.
Um, well, we know who you'd like your companion to be, but we will have to sneak around something with your companion because your companion's already cruised before. But we'll see what we can organise.
Okay, well, if we can't, me and her can figure something out, and I have somebody who's never cruised that can be my companion. I'm gonna need a companion for my anxiety issues, so
You've got a
or
shipload of
not.
companions. You've got a shipload of companions going
I
on
can
board.
just
What?
she'll be on board, and I'll just sneak her in my room. Sorry, Dwayne, you can't have her tonight.
Yep. Shh, shh. We don't want the whole world to join in.
She's mine, all mine.
So,
Hmm.
so Michael Ann is just saying there, yes, the Heroes Cruise in 2028, honouring military and first responders. Now, was there anything in your service that you said, man, this is the best thing since sliced bread?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say on the internet.
Okay. What was his name?
They look really
No,
good
no,
in their Marine uniform.
no, 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 no.
The men's department looked really good, and no, I'm joking.
Yeah, I would have thought that
Getting
much.
to see another country was really fantastic. Getting to see the culture. In Japan, they have these temples and things, and they have this stuff called happy smoke, and there's just, and then you've got Mount Fuji and just beautiful scenery. They've got the beautiful kimonos, and then they've got
Yep.
Roppongi Park where they put on these big. There's Oh my God, this is 35 years ago, and all this stuff's flooding back to me. But like in Roppongi Park, they have this festival, and it's actually a fertility festival that they have out there in this park. And the streets are closed, and the women all were wearing their kimonos, dressed like geishas, the geisha.
Yep.
I don't know how to say that. And then you've got the traditional drum players where they're playing the drums, and um, yeah. Another part of my favorite part was when I was in D.C. because I was stationed for A school at Fort Belvoir, which is an army base. I was stationed there for my A school for lithography. And so we used to go to DC on the weekends because I was one of when I tell you, it was like I did 9 to 5. I didn't have to stand watches. I don't know how I got that lucky while I was in there, and I had shore duty, so I never was on a ship except to go meet up with my friends when the ships were in port. I got to see the inside of aircraft carriers, and I got to see the inside of destroyers and all that, go down into the engine room to hang out with my buddies and all that, but never out to sea. I never got to go out to sea on a ship, and call it lucky, call it not lucky, I don't know. So we used to go to DC all the time, and so I got to see the Capitol, and I got to see the Vietnam Veterans Wall, and I got to see the cherry blossoms in bloom in DC. It's
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
So yeah, and the
Can I
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So
can I put a thought out to you? And
mhm.
possibly that thought was it was your brother watching out for you that said, "Don't go on the ships, but stay on land."
I don't know. I just know that I was originally see when you get out of A school, they give you orders at the end,
Yep.
and and then you get. We had like a little bit of leave time, so I got to meet up with my brother I hadn't seen in years. Anyway, but before that, when they're handing out the orders, they originally gave me South Carolina, Charleston, I think it was. I forget. Anyway, so I was supposed to originally be stationed on a ship, but there was a guy in our class who got Japan. Well, he had just gotten married and had a baby, and he was griping, and he was like, "I don't want to go overseas. We just had a baby. We can't take the baby overseas." And I was like, "I'll go to Japan," because I had a boyfriend in the Marine Corps station over in Okinawa. And I was like, woohoo, mainland Japan's closer to Okinawa than South Carolina. So they allowed us to switch orders.
Oh wow.
That happened to be the year that Hugo went through. I was supposed to have been there during Hugo, but I missed
Oh,
Hugo because we switched orders. I'm telling you, there's so many things in my life that I've just like, it's rough. It's been rough, but there's been so many blessings that have just like caused me to slip past something, it's like,
so Trisha says she has anxiety too, and cruising's been wonderful for her.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch out to being around other people. I really, really, really want to see some. I know it may not happen, but I really would love to see some dolphins out in the ocean. Because sometimes they swim with the boats and stuff. The ships. That's not a. Those are not boats. Those are ships. Um,
Ships, yeah.
yeah, they're ships. They're not boats.
No.
But yeah, I would love to see that, or a whale, or it's like I've always, I watch videos all the time of the whales breaching, and
Cruising Complete says if you're not cruising, you're losing.
there you go, Barry.
And Will G is saying that he was stationed in DC in 85, 86.
Oh, okay. What'd you
So
think
Chris
of
is saying
Crystal City? The one who was a station.
Chris is saying he lives in Southern Maryland and visits the tomb often.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I've got some photos of it. I was there in '89.
Zach is saying, depending on when this cruise date gets set in 28, we'll all need to be to do our best to get there to party with Linda. Absolutely, folks. We are working on a charter on that cruise. We don't want 200 cabins. We want the whole freaking ship. And if you
Wouldn't that
can't
be
make the
cool?
cruise
Wouldn't that
itself,
be something?
it'd be freaking awesome. And as well as
We went.
that, we want as many people at the meetup as we possibly can do.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, that's correct. Um, um, our Massey is sneaking in still at work. Good on you.
That'd be
Work
Mona.
sucks. Yeah, work sucks. Anyway, what is so? There have been some things that you would have done in your service that you felt a little bit uncomfortable about. Is there anything there that you can share with us that has certainly opened your eyes?
Well, back in '89, it was a different time. It was a different era. I never was in a place where, I didn't go to some country where women were third rate. But yet, again, that was back when women were subclass. But in the
Yep.
United States, we were equal. We had our equal rights and all. But like when I was in Japan, the women walked like 10 steps behind the men. And, so it made me thankful and grateful because I wouldn't survive, not with my mouth. There's a reason I'm
Yeah.
single because, but, they, I, I ended up getting pregnant while I was there. I had my very first child who I put up for adoption. But, I was pregnant and on the train, here in the United States, a man would have got up and allowed me to have his seat, seeing I was pregnant. But in Japan, they didn't care. They you just stand there. You just, and they also probably because I was an American, they used to call us what they call Baka Gaijin. That means crazy foreigner. So it's like, but just knowing, how much I love the United States, how much I appreciate being in this country and having the freedoms that I have, and it's unbelievable. It's and that's back in '89. you know. So I think things are going a little backwards nowadays. But anyway, that's not neither here nor there. But it just, yeah, going to another country and seeing, even though, that country's beautiful and it's clean and the people are polite, except for some of the men. They're not always the politest to women. But you got that in every country, you know. Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot of things that I won't talk about the
yep. No, that's
military,
fair.
because back then it was a man's navy, you know.
Yep.
The women did not do boot camp. We did boot camp. Every woman went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida back then when I did it. Women and men were
Hmm.
not in the same company. We had brother and sister companies in complete different buildings. We didn't eat
Hmm.
together. We didn't, we were in the same chow hall, but we weren't at the same table. We weren't mixing and mingling. And the only time we were ever in the same classroom is like when we had a class that we had to take, and you had the guys on one side and the woman on the other side. There was no fraternization allowed.
Yep. Yep.
You were separate. There was none of this. My jaw dropped when I saw somebody's photo of a Great Lakes graduation and women and men were in the same company. I was like, what?
Oh. Um, Cruising Complete is saying, Linda, thank you so much for going through everything you've gone through, and you're still here telling your story. It's inspiring.
Thank you, Barry.
Chris is asking the question, what was the most memorable time you had in the service?
I got so many of them. I think seeing Mount Fuji, seeing that big mountain and I learned how to drive in Japan,
No
so when I came,
wonder you drive like that. Oh my God. They drive on the correct side of the road.
I learned how to drive on the wrong side of the road.
That's right.
And I'll
No,
never forget when I
correct.
came back you guys are asking about the military service, but when I came back, when I got out of the Navy and I came back, I was with my friend's mother and she was pulling out of the store. And here, the sides we drive on, the correct side, to go that way, you have to cross over the traffic. I was having a heart attack because I was like, you're on the wrong side of the road. And she's like, no, we're not, Linda, you're in the United States again. But yeah, I don't know there's so many things. There were so many things. I met so many awesome people. I you know I got to see Virginia. Anybody who joins Navy usually gets to see Virginia.
Yeah.
Um, so I got to see Virginia Beach. I got to yeah, because I was stationed there at Dam Neck for a little while. Oh, I got to see as a Florida growing up in Florida. I got to see snow on the beach for the first time. That was awesome. That was,
Florida
I
had
was
snow.
18 years old. No, 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 Virginia Beach. But
Oh, phew.
being from Florida, I, I was born in New York, but I was too young when they brought us down to Florida for me to remember snow or anything like that. And I grew up mostly in Miami until they brought us up here to the sticks. But we didn't have snow here. There was the one time they had snow. I was stationed in Japan when it snowed here. So I
Um,
get to see the snow here. So seeing the snowfall on the beach was pretty memorable. Um, s- During boot camp, I was on the 50 states flag team. I was the
yep.
shortest person, so I got stuck holding Hawaii because they put us in alphabetical order and by
Yep.
order of the state. And since Hawaii was the last to join, I was holding Hawaii. So I don't know. There's so
Uh,
many.
I just I just have to answer a question that Will has made comment to Will G. We know that Travel Scouts are starting a veterans cruise next year, but I would like to say to them they need to get together with us because ours is special. I'm just putting it out there.
Right?
Yep. Um,
What is it Barry says? Except instead of you ain't cruising, you losing. If you ain't with us,
correct.
you losing. No.
Correct. And I love the way you polish the nails while you say it. Sup, Ross? Welcome aboard, buddy.
It's like, here we go. We're going to start singing now because we hot, hot, hot.
Yep. Um, okay, thank you, Michael Ann. Really glad you put that up there. For those that are interested, Helping Hands for Cruising has a new Facebook page. The Facebook page is called Helping Hands for Cruising Worldwide. That Facebook page is now the main Facebook page because one thing led to another, and now we're there. So please get yourselves checked in onto it. It's going to be awesome. Ross is saying, Linda, were you stationed at the Great Mistake?
No, I was stationed. I went to Florida I was in Florida for boot camp in Orlando. All women went to Orlando boot camp back in 1989, 88 when I went. It was 88 when I went to boot camp. And then I went to Virginia Beach and then to Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is right outside of Maryland. And then I went to Japan. And then I ended up having a medical discharge, which I won't go into on the internet.
I would
I was
has it
dishonorably. I was honorably discharged with medical.
I would have thought that discharge, that medical issue, would have been because you knew Denise and mixed with some of the other people. No, shut up, Shaun. You're going to get
Yeah, I
yourself
didn't
in
know them
trouble.
back then. I had my issues long before I met her. Y'all
Um,
ever watch Comedy Central, Mad TV? Is
yep.
that all you got, God?
Welcome aboard, Mike and Rihanna. Nice to have you guys on board. I hope Rihanna's thumb is getting better.
And
Seriously, the
happy
way
late
people,
birthday, Rihanna.
yeah. So, if you knew of any young ladies that were thinking of going into the Navy, what would you tell them?
Do it.
Because,
Because it will make you a better person. It will do it. I think everybody should serve, but that's my opinion. I think everybody should give a portion of their time for our, I grew up in an era where don't ask what your country can do for you, at what can you do for your country,
yep,
you know.
yep.
So
JF.
I was at VA
Um,
Beach in 88, 89.
awesome. Question. You tell them to do it. You tell them to give back. What is the thing that you would caution them on?
Save your money. Don't be foolish like I was. Save your money. Use the GI Bill if you get it. Get the GI Bill and use it. Don't let it lapse like it did on me. I thought I'd wait till my kids were grown and use it, and then I lost the benefit because it was past a certain point. So I had a college education paid for that I ended up not using. So, don't listen to the people that make jokes about lifers, because I wish to God I would have retired from there. Because life would be easier right now if I had a pension coming in. You know, take it seriously. Learn what you can. Listen to your higher ups. Follow your orders. You'll learn a lot. Keep your ears open and your mouth shut. You'll learn a lot. That's a lot of things in life. Which now I don't keep my
100%.
mouth shut. I don't listen. Linda don't listen anymore.
What was the hardest thing of coming out? When you left the military, what was the hardest thing for you to get used to?
Not okay. You know how some people were like they're self starters? Well, I
Yep.
wasn't a self starter. One of the things I loved about being in the military was I knew where I had to be, when I had to be, and there was no question about it. There was no Linda had any say in it. It's like you
Mhm.
get up at this time, you do this. They taught you exactly how to do everything. And I grew up in a home where they bounced quarters off my bed to make sure the bed, because he thought he was Mr. Military Great, you know. Um,
Mhm.
so I was used to kind of so I guess order. I There was consistency, there was order. I knew what was expected of me. There was no guessing, trying to figure it out on my own. You know, there was leadership for me to follow, you know. So,
So, how did bullcrafting come into the scheme of events?
well, I stumbled a few years back. I stumbled upon Eddie Lugo Studios, and
Oh,
I would go in
shame.
and out, in and out, in and out. I like Eddie. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, in in me going in, I went through a real bad part. I suffer from depression.
Mhm.
They call it bipolar, but I like those things they call manic phases because I clean house and stuff. But
Mhm.
I suffer from the depression part real bad, and I was coming out of a depression, and I was looking for something, and so I went into Eddie's chat, and I started talking, and I met up. Denise was like, "Well, I want to learn how to make cards," and so then Denise started coming over, and next thing I know, we're crafting together, and you know, her brother's going through cancer treatments and all that right now, so she's not able to do it. So we don't have like a set schedule. We just when we can get together, we both craft. But I on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, if I'm able to, or the internet's
Mhm.
working, I 1 p.m. Eastern, I make cards. I make shirts. Like I made this shirt. I put this design
That's
on a
cool.
shirt. You know,
That's nice.
bought a shirt, got the design, put it on. I did that during a live. 3D paper lanterns and all that kind of stuff. You know, idle hands and an idle mind is devil's playground. So I try to keep my hands
Correct.
and my mind busy. You
Correct.
know, try to keep Satan at bay.
So,
Thanks,
what's
Michael Ann. I
the?
like it.
Yeah, Michael Ann likes your shirt. Um, so does everybody, like me. I like it too.
You know, it combined the two things. I love America, and
Mm.
I want to go on a cruise. That's why the duck is there.
Mhm.
I want to go on a cruise. That was like bringing
We'll
my
we'll
putting
talk
it out into the universe.
we'll talk about that shortly. Chris is asking whether you still keep in contact with people you served with.
I have there's a friend. She lives out in Washington State. I forget the name of the area, but she lives out there in Washington State. She's originally from Sioux City, and yeah, we met in Japan. We're still in contact. And then that boyfriend I went to Japan for, I still chit chat with him once in a blue moon.
Mhm. But that's all he stayed was a boyfriend, nothing further.
No, he married somebody else, and I came home and ended up marrying someone else. And
See, they don't know what they're missing.
oh, he knows. No, I'm joking. No, he's got a good wife and a beautiful daughter, and you know, we were just ships
And he's
passing
probably
by. That's all.
watching in the background.
Nah,
No, no, no. All right, now
he ended
comes
up
the big
retiring as a gunny in the Marine Corps.
now comes the big question for you. Um, how did you find out you were going to be a recipient?
Okay, so this was the second time I was nominated. The first time I was interviewed by Mr. Ross when he was part of HH4C.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time I got a message from Michael Ann, which really kind of blew my socks off. Because
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Can we interview you?" And I was like, "Okay." And so we did an interview and all, and then she said it'd be about a month before we knew anything. So I'm one of the people, I wait for the shoe to drop, so I wasn't really expecting it to come
Yep.
to fruition. And then I was watching you in a live with Jimmy, and I asked a question. You did not answer me. You bypassed that question altogether because I asked the same question that I turned around and asked you again. And Jeremy and Cheryl. And I was like, when will the recipients know they've been selected? And you're like, we'll get to it soon. I'm like, okay, I'm not, I didn't know. I had no idea if I was approved or not, you know, but I wanted to know. I'd been waiting. It'd been well over a month, and I was waiting, and I'd only told one other person that I was nominated, which she knew because I think she's the one who nominated me. I don't know though. Um, I told her, and then I told one other crafty. So two people knew that I was being interviewed. Other than that, I didn't tell anybody else. I kept my mouth shut, which is hard. If you want to know anything about Linda, just blah, 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 blah. There it is.
Yep.
Um, and then I waited and I waited, and I started being like, well, it ain't going to happen because it's been over a month, so it ain't going to happen. And then I finally just asked you, and I kind of, you say I forced your hand, but I was just curious.
So
Inquiring minds wanted to know.
let me just give you a bit of a background heads
Yes,
up.
Michael Ann.
There were actually 4 people who nominated you,
Oh, wow.
and 4 people. I'm not going to tell you who they are. You know one of them, but I won't tell you the others. And when you were nominated, it went to the board. We tried hard to get a video updated, and it never happened. And then the board went, to hell with this. Let's just do this with what we've got. And that's when Michael Ann got in touch with you. And then we had some more discussion. And then you asked me the question while I was not on Jimmy's show, but on the other show. And we had just made the decision, and I couldn't say anything until you were actually told personally. Like, I keep on saying that we've got currently 3 accepted recipients. Only 2 of those recipients know that they're going on the Heroes Cruise.
You kept
I
putting out
want
little clues, and I kept saying, nah, he's just, nah, nah. When you came out with just because somebody has served in the Navy, I was like, hey, hey.
That's right.
I was
And
like, hey now.
so the one person that I wanted to mention also does not know at this particular point in time. I can't mention them. So until they know, then I can mention. So you got to mention. Nurse Indy got to mention because she found out, and like
And
we've got just
she's the one who's a Gold Star member, family
correct,
member.
correct.
Okay.
And so we've just got an amazing amount of support going on. Okay, so Ross is saying to Michael Ann, you're going to get a call tomorrow, midday, something. Zach says everything Linda makes is terrific, so you've got a big plus there. Michael Ann said a short chat that ended up being 2.5 hours of chatting.
Yeah, I'm a talker. There's nobody here, and the dog doesn't respond. So when I get somebody on the line, it's like, hey, I know.
I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let go. So now that you on and everybody else knows that you're one of the 10, what does it mean to you to be on that cruise?
Oh my God, it's an unattainable dream coming true. It's something I've always dreamed about, I mean, I joined the Navy so I could go out there and see the ocean and stuff, so I could see that. It just, it's I don't know. It's hard. I can't put it in words. It's just it's. You ever just have so you just can't explain what it mind blowing, and I'm
Yep.
also in shock still.
Yep.
No
What are you expecting to get on the cruise?
camaraderie, memories.
Or you'll have
Um,
plenty of those.
I really would. I hope, I pray that I get to see those dolphins out there in the ocean or a whale. um, hopefully not a sunburn.
Do you see this?
But
Do you
and
see this
photos
message?
and video and Linda, your doggo doesn't have conversations with you. We
No,
have
no,
to
no,
get
not that
Coco to do
one.
a class and
The one
communication.
that's highlighted there. This is cruising complete saying, "Cry, Linda, cry. It's okay."
I'm not doing it. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to.
You're allowed to leak from the eyes. I told you. Danny is saying that she's so happy for you. Ross is saying your doggo doesn't have conversations with you. We have to get Coco to do a class in communication.
She communicates with me, just not in the way I want sometimes. I like her
And
conversation too, but I still need human touch. What is it? I can't read that. What's Sydney saying?
Denise is saying, "We love you, chick."
Oh, I love you too, chica.
And Ross is saying,
Me
"We'll
love
do
you
my
long
comments."
time.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, $5.
Long time.
No, sorry.
No, no $5. No $5. No holla. Just me love you long time.
Okay, moving right along. Folks, I'm going to put on this video right now of the cruise that this young lady is going to go on. So
Oh, we know the ship?
we don't know the ship as yet,
Oh, okay.
but it's just a promo for the video for the
Oh,
cruise.
the promo. I love that song. Okay, cool. I love
You
the
know who
graphics
organized
too.
it? You know who organized it?
You?
Mr. Chris Itag did it. So
Who?
credit to him. Chris, the treasurer of Helping Hands.
Oh,
It's
okay,
his
cool. Mr.
it's his
Chris, you did a good job. You did a great job. The
So
graphics and
here it
everything are
goes.
awesome.
Yeah, this one's for the ones who run through the fire, and the ones who stand between us and the fight. You taste the red lights down a two-lane road, boots hitting pavement where the brave ones go. Through smoke and sirens, you never back down, pulling folks from the wreckage, turning lives around. Overseas, you march with brothers by your side, stars and stripes waving on the other side. You leave your family, kiss them goodbye slow, carry the weight so the rest of us can go. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. From hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall cause you stood first, grateful hearts beating strong and true, helping hands for cruising senses tune along. I say thank you, y'all, where you belong. When the call comes at 3 a.m., you're already gone, running into danger while we're singing this song. You wear the uniform, the badge, the scars, defending freedom near and far. Your kids wait up, your sweetheart prays for the day you walk back through the door someday. But you keep on giving day after day, living the promise in your own quiet way. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. From hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall cause you stood first, grateful full hearts, be the strong and true. Helping hands for cruising sends us tune along to say thank you, y'all, where you belong. So where the waves are gentle on that open sea, may peace find you like it found me. You've earned the sunset, the salt air breeze, a little healing for the soul, if you please. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you forever from sea to shining sea, from battlefields to burning skies so wide. You've held the line, you saved our pride. We're grateful every single day we breathe for the lives you guard, the hope you leave. Helping hands for cruising, send us on your way. Thank you, hero, keep lighting the way. Thank you, carry on, yeah. Carry on, yeah. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
Yes, carry on. Thank you very much.
Not supposed to do that
Absolutely.
without a hat inside, but
Well, you got the hat. Just move
yeah, and
your
that
head a little.
that
There you go. There's the
if it,
hat on
if
top of
you,
your head.
if they could actually see that picture, that's my boot camp photo.
Well,
That's
we
what I
can
looked like
fix
when I was
that.
18.
We can fix that. How's that?
Yeah, look at her. I remember that girl. Oh, she was something else.
She was. She still is.
Uh-huh. She
All
was
right.
braver than this one now.
You reckon?
Mitch is here.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look. First of all, let me go back into the chat there for a second. Danny is saying that we sing a lot in Linda's chat and get crazy. And RMSE says we all love Linda. Scott is saying yes, Mona. And Danny is saying yes, we do, Mona. And K-Fam, good evening. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Going to have to rewatch beginning tomorrow. You're not wrong. Great show today, and really pleased to have Linda on board with us. Zach is going, little Linda. Yeah, well, little Linda became big Linda. I bet she was a spitfire, says
Literally.
Zach. Michael Ann is saying she's still something else, and I agree. See you, Chris. Thank you very much for the music, and mate, great that you stayed up this late. K-Fam, Linda, we're so excited for you. Hey to everyone. The Defam is saying Mitch.
Run!
Michael Ann
Sorry.
is saying sending so much love to Linda. And Danny's going, Mitch. All right. Now, let me bring you back to size again, because it's much nicer talking to you at full pelter. There we go. So, tell me now, do you have any questions about the cruise?
No, I've been asking questions for a year about cruises, and I think you explained a lot. I need to get my passport. No, I can't think of anything because, like I said, I've been following and chatting with all these cruisers for over a year now. I hang out more with them than I do the crafters.
But don't
They're
say
fun.
that too loud. The crafters might get upset.
Well, they're not here. The cruisers are more fun. I can be my silly self and nobody's offended.
Zach is saying that Linda knows how much we love her because we never stay up this late.
I know. I'm so wow. Jess is still awake too. Wow. Doesn't she? Wow.
And
I love all these
everybody's
people. They
well, they love you too, and it goes to show because they're in the chat, they're communicating with you, and they're hopefully they all join us on the Heroes Cruise because it'll be absolutely amazing. Our biggest worry right now, we're just waiting on NCL to drop the itineraries. We're hoping that we leave out of Port Canaveral, and we'll see how we go with that. Denise is saying you'll have a sponsor for that passport.
okay.
That doesn't mean
I think
anything to us, but it means a lot to you guys.
no. Yeah. Yeah. I understand what she's saying. We'll talk about that, Denise. I think I can swing that one though.
Awesome.
Maybe. Let's see.
Well, we'll fix it. Michael Lane is saying the crafters need to check out the cruising community.
Yeah, they're my go-to when I need to talk to somebody, y'all. It's like when I need to hear human voices and you know, I love my crafting friends, my crafting peeps and the crafting side of things because I love to craft. But when you go into their chat, it's very, very rare that they respond to you. I go into the cruising community, I go into y'all's lives and everything, and y'all just open arms go, come here, Linda. And I'm like, yes,
Yep. Yep.
my people.
That's what we're all about.
Come sing
That's what
with
we're all,
me.
and I've said to you, I'm the other side of the world, so I don't go according to you American time slots. So there's always communication this side of the fence.
I
Danny
appreciate
said,
it.
yes, we love Linda. This cruise community is like her second family.
It's like Danny's second family, she said.
That's correct. So Zach is saying good day to Denise, but Zach also said Jess is around, is up still too.
Oh, wow.
Defam, oh man, we're going to do whatever we can to be on that cruise. Absolutely, we certainly appreciate it. Put this in your mind, in your calendar. It's round about September of 2028. We're still waiting on NCL to drop their itineraries, and we're certainly looking forward to whatever happens. It's going to be an amazing cruise. We know that. We've got celebrities like Linda Toman coming on board, folks.
Never would have dreamed it. When I was driving a school bus, never would have dreamed I'd be going on a cruise.
Okay, so we've put 7 people on board cruises already.
I know Roxy and Kenny.
Yep. With those 7 people, they've all come up with the same comment. I'm wondering if you're going to do the same thing. Although you might look at it and go, well, that's about average. The comment comes out of all 7 of them when they stand next to the ship and
Oh,
they look
yeah.
up and they go, Oscar Mike Golf, that's big.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, Tampa, the port of Tampa, when my kids were younger, I had a boyfriend who used to work at the shipyard doing shutdowns at the Tampa shipyard. And
Yep.
so I would keep all the kids while he was doing the shutdown, but I would bring them on the weekend to go see him. And if he had to work, we would go down to the Ybor City down there and we
Yep.
would walk around. Well, that's right next to the cruise port. So I've actually physically seen the cruise ships, how big they are,
Yep.
you know. And if you they're getting bigger and bigger. You know, it's like an aircraft carrier was my first. Whoa, that's a city out at
That's
the
huge.
sea, you know.
That's
But now with the cruise ship, and if my judging is correct from what I'm watching and everything, is you take that aircraft carrier, right? And you put a whole freaking city right on top of that city.
Yep.
And that's what these cruise ships are looking like nowadays.
Correct.
You know, it's like I don't think they're talking about like 8,000 people on a cruise ship, and I'm like, do we have that many people in this city?
Well,
I don't
let's
think
put it this
so.
way. Let's put it this way. You get on board the cruise ship, you need to pull out your passport to get from one end of the cruise ship to the other. It's almost like you're in a different country. Um, DeFam is saying that they were blessed to be on the HH4C cruise in April. That's when Gabby was on board that cruise. That's the ABC's cruise, and that was with Bruce and Cindy. So I'm so glad you got to experience that. Let me tell you, the Heroes cruise is going to be 10 times bigger and better. G'day, Daniel Fields. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. It's okay that you're late. There's always the replay. Zach is saying that second to last week in September of that year would be perfect.
The further
We're
away from
planning on,
hurricane season we get, the better too for me.
yeah, well, that's what we're trying to work on. Webster!
But
Okay.
if a hurricane decides it wants to pass and I'm out to sea, I'm not, my brain isn't going, oh, I may be on the ship. My brain is going, who's going to board up my house? That's where my
Uh-huh.
brain is. That's where my brain's at because I live in Florida. Now, mind you, I'm not right on the coast, but I'm only 45 minutes from St. Augustine, Florida.
Okay.
When Irma came through, we felt it. When storms come in on Tampa, we're on the bad side of the storm.
Yep.
So we get the spin-offs and all that other stuff in this area. So it's like, so I think about who's boarding down the house, who's, turned off the water, made sure, stuff
Well,
like that. That's
hopefully we can
that's
get
what runs
all
through
that
my mind that
organised.
time of year. Did I brew the coffee and put it in the freezer so if the power goes out, I still got my coffee? That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about.
You're doing the Kenny trick, him and his coffee. But let me say, we hopefully will get all that sorted out before you actually get on board.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything's
Well,
safe
I've
and
got
that the
2 years
right.
to plan, but these are the things that are going through my mind. Okay, I'm gonna have
Mhm.
somebody if something like that happens who can come
Yep.
and take care of this stuff. It's
So Denise was saying that Gabby was a joy on the cruise. Let me tell you, Gabby Gabby was the most patient girl. She was due to do another cruise that got cancelled, and so we bumped her onto the ABCs, and she had an absolute blast. And we're waiting on some material to come from that. Folks, we're gone past the hour. If
I
there's
got a
no
question
other,
though.
yep,
I just come up with a question. I'm sorry. You and Alana are gonna be there too, right?
is the Pope a Catholic?
Okay. All right, that was my question.
We're certainly busting our whatchamacallits to make sure that we can get there for that cruise. I don't have a hope's chance in hell of missing anybody, right? I need to get a hug from everybody. So,
I
and
do
by the
too.
way, I do want to know, Linda, if you do have any legs, because all I ever see is from people from the waist up. That's all I see. So I just
Do
gotta.
do 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 do
Oh,
do.
oh.
Ow, that hurt my hip and back, but hey, there you go. Boo-doo, boo-doo.
You didn't have to hurt your back for me, seriously.
I did it
Um,
for my peeps. If they were
no, there
curious if
you
I had
go.
legs too. They're short, but they're there.
So, Zach says, "Does a bear shit in the woods?" Well, that's a good statement. Okay,
Fuzzy Wuzzy
uh,
would know.
yeah, that's true. Folks, with that, I'm going to say, oh, Michael Ann says, Sean and Ilana give the best hugs.
I'm looking forward to getting a Jimmy hug too. A brotherly hug from Jimmy. Oh, this ain't wild, Danny. Uh-oh. We lost Sean. I've talked him offline. Are y'all still there? Am I still here? Are we real? Is anybody out there? Hello? Is there anybody out there? I don't know if I'm on or not still. Answer me, y'all. Okay, push the button, Linda. It still says Yes, Jimmy does give great hug. Well, I can't wait to find out. Hey, I'm 4'9", so I'm short, she says. Well, hey, guess what? I'm 5'2", so I am too. Yep, Sean's down. Am I? Am I still here? Hello? Hello? And this is where he is doing Linda's life, right? Right? Da-da-da-da, jazz hands. I took over the show. We have a Sean down, Sean down. Is there anybody out there? Hello? Hello in there? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, though? You see me. Can you hear me? Linda's listening. Oh, girl, oh, yay! You can see and hear me. So let's talk crafting while he's probably trying to shut the whole thing down. Where'd you go, Sean? Come back. Let's throw out the line. Let's see if we can reel him in.